only money.
Place your bets, ladies and
Simple
gentlemen.
rule of thumb. Two things make money. Time makes money and money makes money. Young workers usually have a lot of time. Older workers tend to make more money. Both need to plan accordingly when saving for retirement. Unfortunately, whether you are close to retiring, inflation's a concern, and if you have decades before retiring, you'd better be thinking about inflation. And that's tonight's Money Talks. Inflation, in a nutshell, is the rising costs of goods over time. And if you don't prepare for everything to get more expensive, you probably won't be living the retirement that you want to.
I've been in this business now for 8 years, and the one thing I never thought I would see is inflation on the scale that we see it now. And so what you kind of have to do, it goes back to planning and making sure your money, and it's the reviews and all the things that come in, but making sure your money is growing at a certain rate. And if you go to talk to any advisor, usually they have kind of a metric or kind of an outlook on what inflation looks like right now. And so you always want to make sure your money's outpacing inflation.
Here's what Rojo was talking about. According to Forbes, overall prices in July climbed 5.4% year over year. That's according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and 0.9% over the past month. The indexes for homes, food, energy, and new automobiles were key drivers of inflation growth during that month.
So you take a 25-year-old and a 55-year-old. Well, that 55-year-old, we call that the retirement red zone. We're 10 yards in from retirement. And it's one of those deals where, hey, we've got to get to $1 million, and inflation is going to be a killer. It's right in our face, right? Where the 25-year-old, we've got a whole bunch of time to outpace and catch up to inflation, and especially being a young person, you can put away, do a lot more damage without having to work so hard versus a 55-year-old. There's a lot of specialized planning going in to make up that ground for 10 years.
And all we can really do is know that inflation will be there. Since 1960, inflation has averaged 1.23% per year. But since inflation has been so low for the past decade, this recent 5% jump has really been noticeable.
But you have to understand that the cost of goods are going to rise, the cost of goods are going to lower. And so it goes off a number of factors: interest rates, political climate, you name it. There's a lot of stuff we can't control.
Yeah, a lot of stuff we can't control. Also, according to Forbes, saying that higher prices are transitory and inflation was too low before the pandemic is easier than actually living through that increase. That's real world time that hits your wallet, especially as July wages only gained 4% from the year prior. So we'll see what next year holds ahead.